Hey, how y'all doing today? Coming to you live from Georgia. Seagraves Says.
Georgia.
And this is what we're going to do today.
All right,
You hear me?
okay.
We're going to talk about keeping the faith, friends, family, and having the strength to overcome any hardships that you endure in life. And let's know that God has us all covered. He is the Alpha and the Omega of our lives. And hey, let's get right into it, mate. Let's do what we're going to do. Hey.
On today's episode of Seagraves Says, we bring you Mr. and Mrs. Seagraves to talk about it. Y'all, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, okay? So, as you live life, things happen, Recently lost my mother, and no matter how much I thought that I was prepared for this moment, because she did talk me through it, she did let me know as she was going along how she felt. As the struggle got harder, she would let me know that the struggle was getting harder. Hey, it's getting harder to hold on. So it's kind of like I thought I was okay. I thought I was going to be okay when it all happened. But when it really happened, it was like, whoa, it kind of took me back. You know what I'm saying? But, that's a part of the faith. That's a part of keeping the faith and knowing that everything is going to be okay. When I do miss her daily, but most of the time when I miss her, all I try to do is just go to the moments of happiness, go to the moments of protection, go to the moments of security, go to the moments of just the love and faith that my mother displayed and raised me and my brothers with. Yeah, it's been a process. Grieving doesn't look the same on two people. I don't care what anybody tells you. You know what I'm saying? When you're going through, especially if you had a close-knit relationship with the person that passed, because some of us don't have close relationships with our parents. So I keep that in mind as well. But for me and my personal situation, I know that me and my brothers all had a pretty solid relationship with my mama. She was somebody we can always count on. And yeah, she is dearly missed. But y'all, yeah, just faith, keeping the faith. Family, friends, the process, trying to overcome. So now I'm in the stage of trying to overcome and just keep telling myself everything is going to be okay. I don't want to sit around sad every day. I don't want to sit around with my face long every day, although I miss this woman, although I miss her presence, right? So I just try to keep her light shining bright through me, because of a lot of who she is, who she was, I am also. Meaning that the ways that she raised me with my morals and my respect and my love and my caring and my intuitiveness and just everything that comes along with you being your mama's road dog and vice versa. I know a lot of us don't like our kids to be considered our friends, but my mama was truly my best friend. So I don't care about what other people say. Oh, your kids ain't your friends. Well, I don't know about you. You can only speak for you. Keep that for you. Because I know for me personally, my oldest daughter is my best friend. My youngest daughter is my best friend. I don't care what nobody says. And no, I'm not one of their little friends, but those kids are my best friends. You know what I'm saying? And it may sound cliche, but it is what it is, because to me, when you're going through as a single parent, who are you going through with? That kid, right? So a lot of our firstborns went through a lot with us, right? Let's keep it real, y'all. A lot of our firstborns went through a lot with us, right? They saw us at our best. They saw us at our weakest. They saw us happy. They saw us down. So it's like each emotion that we were going through with said kid being a single parent. Not all of us were single parents. Some of us did have the luxury of a 2-parent household, but for us that, had to make a way, then we understand what it is to call your child your best friend. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I look at it like my husband is my best friend too. And a lot of people are like, oh, you ain't got no friends. I never said that. I said my husband is my best friend. No matter who I'm friends with, my husband is my best friend. My husband is my ride or die. My husband is my go-to. My husband is my cancel. I can tell him anything and my husband doesn't judge me. I don't have to worry about what's being said about me behind my back with him if I open up to him. And, so it's just like living this life it's been interesting to say the least. And I know that where we are, we've got so much further to go. And I'm just proud of you. And I just want you to know, just keep your head up. You know what I'm saying? I see you. I see you for everything that you are. And to me, just the light that you carry, it just helps me to carry on and shine bright as well. So just keep being you, keep being who you are on a daily, from the time we wake up to the time we go to bed, the way our energies bounce off of each other. I just appreciate you for being somebody that I can always count on. I appreciate you for being somebody who's always been there for me. I appreciate you for being as loyal as you are, because loyalty is hard to come by no matter what type of relationship it is, whether it's you and your kids, it's you and your a companion, whether it's you and a barber, whomever. Loyalty is hard to come by. You know what I'm saying? So for me to have the type of loyalty that you offer to me and the security that you offer to me, it helps me to be a better woman. So I appreciate you for who you stand up and be and who you wake up and who you are to our family every day. Just want you to know that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And loyalty comes in with a choice. Loyalty is a choice. And everybody's choice of loyalty or their definition of loyalty is different, no doubt. But there's only one loyalty. And loyalty is being there for somebody in a time of need and not wavering, not changing up, not being this way with that person, and then when somebody else comes around, you're morphing into that person. That's not loyalty. That's talking and being a person with a split tongue. And I keep away from those type of people. You know, those type of people aren't good for themselves, let alone you.
Amen.
And when you're going through things like you said with the death of your mom or death of a parent or a loved one, you know, there is no set way to grieve. You know, and I'm learning that with you, you know, at this stage of my life. Because I've lost a child, you know, I haven't lost a parent, but everybody grieves in a different way. And the more you mature, the more you start understanding grieving does look different to a mature mindset. And to me, you know, being here and being a shoulder or being a rock that you can lean on, just have to let you be you and just be there for you. And sometimes it's not even just words. You know, I've learned that I just have to be here for you and listen to you and understand that you are going through a lot of mental hardship, a lot of mental stress, strain. And when you want to call your mom or, you know, or you used to her calling you, you know, that's hard. But I'm here with you.
And I appreciate that.
And we're going to overcome any hardships together, you know. And people look at us like we got it all together. And we actually don't have it all together. We just work at keeping it together.
Man, that's beautiful. That was beautiful.
That was a bar.
Bars.
That was a bar.
But with that being said, it's like, I appreciate you. That's why I'm telling you, I appreciate you so much, because who knew that this process would look like this? I didn't know it was going to feel like. I didn't know what to expect, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I kept telling you, like, baby, I'm okay. I'm going to be okay. Everything going to be all right. And then when it actually happened, it's like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? So.
And then you're not prepared a lot of times for death, even though you are preparing for it.
Right.
Because you look at it, shoot, we come up and down that highway. We went to Texas like 8 times round trips in 2 months.
2 months, within a 2-month period. Yeah.
And you know, it costs a lot of money. A lot of time, energy, effort, you know.
All of the above, you know.
And it was hard. But we did that.
We made it happen. We overcame.
And you know, man, just to touch on another subject is strength. You know, just having strength to endure those. And we're not flying, we're driving back and forth. So it takes strength, it takes rest, it takes understanding and being there and not being selfish, you know. But I love this relationship with my wife, with you.
Oh.
You know,
okay.
The deepest love that I've ever had was from a woman, was my grandmother, and you know, and my Aunt KK. You know, I had some other women in my life that was there to be along the way, but these 2 women showed me a lot. And then when I met you, you know, your mom was like a second mom to me because there was no judgment zone. She was just open arms and brought me in. And I love that woman for that, you know. She was good to me. And I still love her near and dear. And I love her daughter.
Y'all, I'm just looking at this camera and I'm looking at me. There's no filters anywhere. I don't have any filters on my YouTube page. I don't have no filters on my live. I don't have no filters, right? And I'm just looking at my skin. Not only do I not have any filters, I don't have no makeup on. I got some lashes and some Carmex on my lips. I have lashes and Carmex. Look at my skin, y'all. Like, seriously, man, y'all have to understand, man, just being a melanated person, it's like, I'm not looking at the outside's perception of beauty. I have my own perception of beauty. And to me, this is beautiful. And I don't care who says what? So what? I wake up every day. All I do is wash my face, and I'm confident enough to put on whatever. Just my glasses, right? Put on lashes just for the YouTube. I'm gonna keep it real. Every day I don't wear lashes.
Baby,
I do wear my glasses, right?
I ain't no woman, but I got some pretty
look
good
at this
looking
man's skin.
too.
Just look at our skin. I mean, just look at the way we glowing, man. And it's not to sound cocky. It's just sometimes you gotta love yourself, man. And I love myself enough to understand that this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Being able to wake up every day with this glow. No makeup. I don't have to paint my face. It don't take me hours to get dressed with the makeup. It don't take that. And then I didn't let the weave go again. So she back rocking her
itty bitty.
Oh, ooh, but yeah, y'all just life.
And then we're dealing with, like, Lord rest his soul, dealing with a classmate that has just passed, Manuel Washington.
The family.
Condolences to them, to the Washington family, the Goodman family. And man, life is real. We are the new old people, or we are the new elders coming up.
I'm somebody TT.
And I take that seriously. And when I see people out in the streets, or I see these little kids, or the younger generations, man, I try to pull their coattail like my coattail was pulled, and go and pull them to the side and talk to them and let them know, hey, I see you, young man. Hey, I see you, young lady. Keep doing what you're doing. Are you messing up? Don't do that. You might want to rethink that, reconsider that. Not having people to crash out. And I get calls all the time, man. It makes me feel good when people call you, or I call them, and they're giving you your flowers while you are alive, telling you what you meant to them in their life. Mm-hmm. That is so beautiful. That is so touching, because I didn't know how to receive that, But God has allowed me to be renewed and understand what we are in this world. And once you start figuring out what your purpose is, now you know how to deliver your purpose. Mm. And that's where I am in my life. I'm starting to receive my purpose. I'm going to deliver my purpose to y'all out there. So pay attention and stay along, and pray that I keep this strength and this momentum going, so that I can be an inspiration to y'all out there. I can be motivation. My wife can be inspiration and motivation, because we all are going through a hardship, the whole world, and the shift is real. Mm-hmm. And we are feeling this shift, and we are a part of this shift. And we have to get back to helping one another. I say this all the time, but I mean this, and you have to understand where you come from in order to know where you're going. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And I was raised by strong women and real men, and keeping it on the black side, real niggas, because they had to go through being called a nigga, so it made them real niggas and real men, upright standing, And all I know is just to keep integrity. Have your integrity. Have some dignity.
You better say that.
Understand that we were designed to help one another through this thing called life. Not be in competition, not slick dissing, not trying to figure out what the next person is doing and pocket watching. No. Your job is to find out what your niche is, what your purpose is, and give it to the world. Look at Muhammad Ali. They stood up and they rallied and troopered to not like this man. By the time Muhammad Ali died, there was no one that didn't like him anymore. You couldn't find a dry eye. Malcolm X the same way. Look at these things that they did. Martin Luther King. We are the next person to be out here championing for righteousness, for togetherness, for understanding. Because we are the world. Like Michael Jackson them said, we are the world. We are the children. We are the ones that make a better place.
Hey, Marlo.
So let's start living.
So me and you were having a conversation earlier, and I just wanted to touch on this a little bit on our platform. So I was talking to my husband, and just, we talk about a lot, as I stated earlier, he's my best friend. So during the conversation, I was just letting him know that, I know when it comes to like marriage and stuff, it looks different to each individual and each couple. I don't think that there is two couples who think that marriage to be the same way, meaning me and my husband, what we find suitable as a married couple, maybe not be what the next married couple does, and that's fine, right? That's okay, right? We're not asking anybody to live our way. But I was telling him, I was like, it's funny to me that you find people that want to, like, you brought up slick dissing and slick competition and these other things. People talk, it is what it is, but we're not going to touch on that. But when you talk about the Seagraves, just mention that they loyal to each other. Just mention that they're faithful to each other. Just mention that they don't cheat on one another. This man has never called me out of my name during this relationship. This man has never put his hands on me, or I've never seen any sign of physical, mental, or verbal abuse from him within these 11 years of us together. He's loyal. He ain't had no outside children. He not bringing me no STDs home, and vice versa. If I have an issue with my husband, I don't have a homegirl that I call. I don't have a sister that I call. I don't have a cousin that I call. I discuss whatever issue I have with my husband, because the only person that can help it out or change it or work through it with me is my husband. So what I look like sitting on the phone with the next heifer gossiping to her about, oh girl, my husband such and such and such, and he didn't and he didn't la 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 la. Hang up the phone with her. Now she's on the girl. No, I have to talk to him, right? Because whatever the issue may be, the only person that can fix it or rectify it or show that they care is the individual that you're married to. So I say that to say, we don't cheat on each other, y'all. I don't care what the chatter is. We don't cheat. There's never been a cheating moment in this chip.
That's why the Bible says, that you no longer cleave to your mother and father, but to your husband and wife to husband.
It just feels good being married to a like-minded individual.
Well, see, the way I was raised, I seen my grandmother and granddaddy come home every night. I seen them both work. I seen them both cook. I seen them both paint together. I seen them both pray together. I seen them both go to dinner together. I seen them work as a unit.
Hey, Marlo, I see your comment. Log on to the Seagraves Says YouTube page and watch it that way.
And I appreciate that upbringing, even though I have my mother and my father in my life, and that they did not raise me. I still understood that these are my parents, but the grandparents were critical in my life. And God placed me with them because he knew better and they knew better. And so they were able, in my mind, to get a second chance with me. Because, they had kids and they were raising themselves and raising kids, But by the time I come along, they don't raise their kids. They don't raise themselves. So I was there for them I was able to get full attention. Not to mention that everybody in the house didn't have kids. So I was met with love everywhere, So me watching that, I was able to mimic that. And I'm still mimicking that today because my granddaddy is my hero.
I know this.
Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippins, or the Michael Jacksons, and whoever else that was out there that was icons or superstars and stuff. I never wanted to be like Mike. I wanted to be like Lawrence Greer.
Ooh, that's deep.
That man worked. He hustled. He was a provider. He was caring. He was nurturing. A man of not many words, but you got what the gist of it was. And so that's how I carry my life. And a lot of people they don't accept that. And I grew up with guys that couldn't understand me as a young man, and definitely can't understand me now. But when you have discipline, when you have structure, when you are geared or reared in that manner, you can't take nothing less. And I'm not saying nothing bad about nobody. I'm just telling you about me and what I see now, because I live my life with integrity is the most important thing. And a man is judged by his principles. And anyone that gets around me, they've seen that, they understand that, because I've always been a leader. I've never been a follow the leader ass nigga. Never. Now, have I ran and accompanied the crowd? Quite naturally. Leaders run and accompany the crowd. But when it's time to do something, they be like, no, I don't want part of that. I'll leave. Because one of these kids is doing their own thing. Anybody that watched Electric Company, Sesame Street, one of these kids is doing their own thing. That was me. Because right now, I'm doing my own thing. I don't need nobody but my wife.
Mm.
My wife is my ride or fly.
Woo! I love that.
My wife is what I call under my granddad in the old days, my shotgun.
Mm.
Because when I need things to be done, she's dependable. She ain't a woman about town. She is a woman that has her own mind, her own strength. She don't need friends to butter her up or coerce her to do anything. And that's one of the things I loved about you when I met you. You know what I'm saying? You were solo dolo.
I mean,
and when I come to your house, you were solo dolo.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When I was allowed to come to your house.
Just to touch on that a little bit, it's not like I didn't have people that I thought were my friends. It's just life takes you through life and it shows you who's there for you and who's not there for you. No matter how you put yourself out there to an individual, you can respect them to light, but if they don't respect you back, that kind of the relationship ain't a two-way street. It's just one-sided, So I became this person who didn't need validation from the outside. I became this person or this woman who was okay with going out by myself, whether it was out to eat, whether it was to the club, whether it was to a bar, a lounge, basketball game, football game. I became this person I had to love myself. All the love that I was pouring into other people and trying to pour into other relationships, I wasn't getting that love pouring back into me. And when I realized that, I just had to take a step back and start loving myself in the same manner that I was loving these other people. So that by the time you came into my life, I was coming fresh off of some things. You understand what I'm saying? And so I was finding myself again, because no matter what type of relationship it is that you go through, in my opinion, you lose yourself a little bit, or you change
a lot of it.
You change within whatever relationship it is, right? Whether or not it's you and a homegirl, you and a person that you're dating, you and somebody that you just banging, you giving pieces of yourself to this person each time you see this person, right? Mm-hmm. So if they're not pouring that same back into you that you're leaving with them every time you leave, it's like you're realizing
you're getting drained.
More so, it was clarification for me again. I didn't need anybody else's validation. Anytime I went out, even as a younger individual, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when I would go out solo. And when I did go out with other individuals, they followed me through the VIP. I told them, hey, when I move, y'all move. And like whoever don't make it into VIP, that's not on me. But when I move, once again, we gonna keep it real. Everybody that hung with me, when Tutu move, y'all better move, because when that bitch get through there, whoever made the cutoff, that's on you, because she gonna bring about 20 of you hoes with her if y'all move right? So that's how it started off as a young goer outer. Then it turned into eye candy models and being out there promoting and being out there just in video shoots and runway shows and comedy shows, and just had the key to the city, right? And so same thing with them. I no longer had to sneak them into VIP. Now I'm invited out to each person's setting, each person's club, each person's shindig, each person's venue. It's me plus 20 girls that are free VIP. We free valet. We pulling up. We got bottles once we get to the club. If they're doing meet and greets with different artists, we're there. When they doing their listening parties to view their music before the album even drop, we're there. You understand what I'm saying? These are the doors that I've always opened for others. I've always opened for others. Let's say this again. I've always been the leader of the pack, okay? I'm not saying that to sound cocky, but it is what it is. When I move, you move. Just like that, right?
I got all my teeth.
But by the time I met my husband, it's like I had done already so much. It was... we went out a couple times, but going out going to the club really wasn't our thing. Even when we was dating and stuff like that, like going to the club really wasn't our scene.
We went to the club and I went to sleep in the club.
He went straight, that's another story. But y'all, it's just like, by the time I met him, I was already established. And like I said, just wanting to pour that love back into myself. So to get back on topic, I was able to be okay with not having any friends. I was able to be okay with not a homegirl in my ear to tell, my business too and all that other things. I had got burned.
And what I've learned is that, you have what you think of friends. And you can be a friend to somebody and they never be a friend to you. And what I've also noticed now at this 51 years of age is that when you're not hanging the way you used to hang with people, the whispers start, the rumors start. And rumors are started by jealous people. Club Nouveau told us that back in the 80s. So all I'll be doing is asking God to keep a hedge over me or keep a shield over me and my family. Because, Isaiah 54:17 says, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. And any tongue that rises in judgment, it shall be condemned. And this is the heritage of the servant of the Lord. And I am trying my best to be a servant of the Lord because I already had so many other wicked ways, And I made a post maybe last week that said, shoot, if there's a hell, I've been there. And when I got there, I was the devil because I was downright rotten. But God saved a wretch like me. And I'm saying if he can save me, he can save y'all. And if he can bring me out of the darkness into the marvelous light, he can do the same for y'all. And I hope that y'all will give him a chance because it's not about black God, white God, or whatever. It's just God, period. The Most High God, not any pictures and statues and whatever that is that you may pray to. No, it's the Most High living God. And he is here for us. And he has been all in the midst of me and my wife's relationship from day one. We've always communicated well. We've always leaned on God. We've always talked about God. We've always professed with our mouth that he is the head of our life. And we know what we need to do with our life. So to all the people that are being double-minded right now, renew your mind. Renew your body. Renew your soul. It ain't too late.
And it's okay to outgrow people, places, and things. People, it's okay to outgrow people, places, and things. It's okay. It's not that shouldn't, you should never allow where you came from or the people that you came from to hold you back in your journey in life. You'll never find your journey if you're scared to get out there and be uncomfortable.
Say that again.
This man's, some of the best times that we've had in our lives is when we got uncomfortable. Because when we're comfortable, we move a certain way, right? But when you get uncomfortable, it causes you to move completely different. Not for everybody else, but just for him and I. When we're uncomfortable, we move in a totally different way. And so at each time that we get uncomfortable, it's like beast mode is activated for me and him. And it's I love that because it's just like, yeah, don't never get comfortable. And
never, because we've got comfortable before.
We have. And we've been out here in Georgia for 7 years now, y'all. I'm so proud of us. I'm
proud of
give me some I absolutely love my hometown of Plano, Texas, y'all. I
love
Plano. I love being from Plano. I love everything that came with being from. I loved it. Okay, being an athlete that was always sought after and
Plain old Texas.
He's a hater, guys. He's from Collin County.
Y'all know that McKinney and Plano been going against the road.
He's a hater. Yeah. His same education, same this, same that. He come from that same the cream of the crop, y'all. The cream of it is what it is. I didn't make it be this way. This is just how it's always been.
McKinney, the county seat.
But anyway, now that we're out here in Georgia, it's like I was never scared to move. I was never scared to try something new. I was never scared to just venture out to see what Georgia had for my family and I love that for myself. It's like when me and him started talking about moving, he wasn't like no and closed-minded. I wasn't like no and closed-minded. We literally packed up everything and came, we didn't know what was to come. We had some things in the working and we had some things that were on the table. We had a couple irons in the fire, but we didn't know whether or not it was going to pan out in our favor. That didn't stop us from coming to Georgia. And here we are 7 years later.
Woo!
We've done some things. We've
in the same house.
We've accomplished some things. We've grown spiritually. We've grown physically. We've grown mentally. We've grown financially. We've grown in so many different areas, and we're continuously growing. My thing is that I don't never want to stop growing. I don't never want to stop learning. I don't never want to stop transforming. I don't never want to stop gaining the knowledge that I need to take everything I want to the next level. It's not on anybody else to come place anything on my doorstep. It's on me to go get everything that I deserve. It's on me to get everything that my heart wants. It's on me to go out here and just bust it down. I don't take no as an answer. I'm an individual who I've always gotten my way. Okay. My freaking handle used to be used to getting my way on Twitter and everything else. When all them platforms came out, that was my name on there, used to getting my way. And it's not, I'm not just saying that to say that. I'm saying that because that's how life has always directed my life. I've always gotten the things that I wanted. Anything that I've ever wanted or thought that I should have, it's always came to fruition, and it didn't take long. It didn't take a whole lot of obstacles. It didn't take, that's just not who I am. That's not how my life is set up, right? So now that we're out here and we're sticking and moving, and we just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep evolving. We're gonna keep being mentors to those who will allow us to and want to be a part of what we have going on. We're gonna continuously try to nurture our children in the right manner that they need to be nurtured in, on top of, just building and growing and understanding, because it's a lot we didn't know when we first came out here. We had to learn. So now that we know these things, now you can implement the things that you've learned along the way, right? We don't come into the world knowing everything. And for some reason, us as Black people, we don't believe in sharing information either. We think that if we pass the information on to somebody else, they gonna go exceed further than we have with said information. So we hold on to it. Notice I'm saying we. I'm not putting the title. No, we. No, I'm not French, but we. This is how we tend to act as colored people. So we've been doing our own research. We've been doing our own, being out in the field and being out there testing things and just seeing what works for our family, y'all. Baby, I can't wait to the moment that we pull up and just see that Seagraves on the outside of that freaking gate. Just the Seagraves on the outside of that freaking lot, that property, that land. Seagraves.
It's in the working.
That's all it's gonna say, y'all, is Seagraves.
And all I can say is, man, God is good, because without God, I can do nothing. And in them troubled times and wee hours and stuff, I just call on God. When we're human, and a lot of people think that we just got it. We work hard to get what we got, but it's keeping it, it's maintaining it, and the struggle.
It's multiplying it for me. It's multiplying it, and then just making sure that
you're true, but
generations to come don't have to suffer.
But you understand what I'm saying. Shoot, and man, life is life, and it's what we make it. And I'm just so glad to have you on this journey.
Oh, that's sweet. I'm glad to
have you. For real, because we just like anybody else, we've had multiple relationships. You've been with people that you think is going to show some reciprocation or some reciprocity, and you don't get that. And when you do get that, I've learned to hold on.
Hold on
to your love. So you got to hold on. Shoot.
I appreciate that though, but that's basically the same thing I was expressing to you, earlier. I thank you, man. I thank you. You're like a breath of freaking fresh air.
I found love on a two-way street.
Man, and I wasn't looking for love when I found this guy. Guys, I wasn't looking for a relationship. I was not looking to settle down. I had hoes.
I had
hoes.
I ain't gonna lie though. I was
different area codes, and then I ran into this one. It was like I had to drop all them hoes because that felt good.
I was looking
I didn't know
for
what
someone,
that was, but I wanted some more of that. Give me some more.
Look, I was looking for someone older than me.
Yeah, this guy.
I don't pray. I did. I don't pray.
Oh, this man is beautiful.
I don't pray for somebody because coming home, I knew what I was facing. I knew what I was facing coming home from prison.
What were you facing?
I was facing to come home and having to be. I'm a father, so I'm having the duty once I come home to be that father once again, and be a provider, a protector, a disciplinarian, whole structure, get kids together, and still having to work and be a productive citizen in society, being that I was going to have to be on parole and working and trying to get kids to school and stuff and all these things. So I knew coming out of prison that I needed a woman that was going to be strong and not wavering. And, most of the time it's older women that are in those positions. God said, let me show you something, boy. And look what he provided me. Look what he gifted me. What I needed. She might not be y'all cup of tea or the slice of pie that y'all like, but she's that pie. She's that woman for me. And she is, like I said, that strength. What my kids was going to need. My kids didn't understand what they were going to need, but I knew what they were going to need. And they needed someone that have that structure and run that lane that she needed to run, or our positions. You know what I'm saying? We play our positions well. Some may not like it that are even in the family, but this is a part of being the matriarch of your family. Being a king and queen, you're going to be hated sometimes by the subjects. and that's okay.
That's fine.
But you have to make calls, you have to make decisions that are unfavorable to one, but it is favorable for the
For
unit.
the family, right? For the
For the
structure,
unit.
for everybody, you know.
And this what you are for me and for our family, because sooner or later our kids grow up and our kids leave the nest and they go find their king or their queen to create their kingdom. But when time comes, when they need that help or that guidance and stuff, coming back to the original kingdom is what they're going to need. And we're going to provide that for them, you know? And I appreciate you and I appreciate everything we have built together thus far. And I can't wait to see the next level of life with you and for us to continue to motivate, inspire the world. Because I know myself that we have inspired a lot of people to do things, whether it be not the same thing that we do, but inspire them into entrepreneurship, into finding what their niche is and moving forward, And, at first I didn't know how to take it. It would make me angry when someone would try to copy us or when someone would try to say that, oh, they did this first or they did that. And knowing in all that we motivated. And what I've learned is that, God say, give me the glory. And you keep doing what you do, and I got you, and you're going to continue to motivate the world. And you're going to continue to preach my gospel. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to preach God's gospel and let him shine through me. Do you feel me? And I will get everything my heart desires because I'm giving glory to the Almighty. Allah. Some call him Allah. Some call him Yahweh. He has several different names. There are no one name for the Most High, the living God. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just going to continue to just uplift and build. And hopefully somebody will continue to uplift and build for me. Because it's a lot of great men out there that are lost right now. And they need to find their way. Come on, brothers. Come on around. Let's talk about it. Let's be about it. Because if we shall change from our wicked ways, God got a story for you.
Speaking of wicked ways, boy, that really made me think about fun. I used to be a rascal, guys. I was a rascal. I was, man. But that personal growth and just understanding that hey, Lakeisha, where you come from, and just you don't have to stay stuck there. We've all had a past. We all have a past, right? Ooh. And it's like other people want to speak on your past for you. You can't tell my story better than I can tell it myself. And see, when I tell it unbiased. You're going to get the unbiased version when you come directly to me for the story. You know what I'm saying? But so many people want to tell your story for you. Hey guys, y'all only see a small picture. Y'all only see a small piece of the story. Y'all don't even see how grand it is. Y'all don't even get the gist of everything. All you running with is just that small piece. And that's what you need to feel good. Okay, cool. Run with it. Just hey, just understand that
I don't got my glasses.
We're all allowed to grow. Hey, Lakeisha, go to our YouTube page. It sounds better coming from the YouTube page. It's gonna do. No, they can hear you.
They can hear it.
Yeah, it's going in and out. But go to the YouTube page.
Go to Seagraves Says on YouTube.
On the Seagraves Says live. Go to Seagraves Says on the YouTube page, and it should be coming through really, really clear. But all I'm saying is that my story didn't stop at the point that you started talking about it. You know what I'm saying? It's still, there's a lot after what you're saying that's happened and that's transpired and that's helped me to grow into the woman that I am today. And it's my goal to just continuously grow. It's my goal to continuously inspire. It's my goal to continuously just to pour the love into my family and those that allow me to. That's my goal. That's just who I am. I run off love. I thrive off happiness. I thrive off, I'm saying, just being somebody that
togetherness,
that's reliable. I've always thrived off being reliable, you know what I'm saying? And not necessarily to anybody in particular, just for myself in general. I just like to be reliable, you know what I'm saying? Just understanding that my responsibilities never stop, understanding that the job of a woman, the job of a wife, the job of a mother, the job of a niece, and an auntie, a cousin. It's like those things never stop. Like they just keep going on. And I just want to always be somebody that, oh well, Tutu, well, call Tutu. Well, did you reach out to Tutu? You know what I'm saying? Even if it ain't nothing but a couple of uplifting words.
And we still big boss walking and boss walking.
Even if it's nothing but a couple of uplifting words, I could try to give you those uplifting words to get some life back into you, to understand that's not going to be the stopping point. That's not it. That's not the end all be all. I don't give
God
up.
ain't through with you
I
yet.
don't give up. I don't stop. I just keep going. Like I just got to keep powering through whatever, whenever, however many times. I'm gonna power through it. I'm gonna keep going. I'm that pressure.
What does on Nemo? Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Keep going. Mm-hmm. Keep going. Don't give up, man. Breakthrough. When a lot of people be right at their breakthrough and they give up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying from experience. I was at a breakthrough and I gave up and it was right there. It happens.
It does.
But you dust yourself
off and get back up again, man.
You know how many times
I didn't fail, but I have to keep dusting myself off and getting back up again. We fall down, but we get up. Man, I love that. For a saint is just a sinner who fell.
You better sing, girl.
And got up. Yeah, man. Sometimes you just need the inspiration. Y'all just keep going, keep pushing. I promise y'all, it's not over. It's not over. It's only the beginning for a lot of things. It's only the beginning for a lot of stages. You know what I'm saying? So as things get harder, just keep pushing that much harder. As things get difficult, just keep being strong. As things get tough, you just be a little bit tougher to keep your circumstances around you from breaking you down. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, we are going to try to stay consistent as possible because we understand building this platform ain't gonna build. It's not gonna build itself. We gotta be on here to build it, y'all. So we want y'all to please like, share, and subscribe every time y'all see us come through. Go to our YouTube page and like, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure that you if you have anything that you want us to touch on or talk about, or if you ever want to join us, just hit us up. We're here. We are here, right, Mr. Seagraves?
Right here, child. Right here. And I also know that being that you are, we're cranking it back up. Y'all keep us uplifted. Y'all keep us encouraged. Amen.
Amen.
And therefore we can grow together, because we can't do it by ourselves. It takes everybody. And if you're doing anything, let us know. We'll shout you out on our page. We will definitely shout you out. Thank you for joining in, Lakeisha. Thank you, Marlo, for joining in. We appreciate
everybody. Susanna, my cousin Rochelle was hey, everybody.
Everybody that come in.
Y'all. I can't see everybody, but as I see y'all, hey, we appreciate
and we thank y'all.
Y'all let everybody know we back, y'all. We gonna stay consistent. Like I said, there's no excuses. There are
no excuses, just results.
Only results. That's always been one of my favorite sayings ever since I met this man. Ain't no excuses.
And then,
I don't believe in no excuses, y'all. I don't believe in
and not just Wednesdays, even though you see it back there say on Wednesday. We're gonna try to come in and just say it. Talk about current affairs. What state the world is in right now. You know what I'm saying? With all due respect, my fellow Gemini president, Donald Trump.
And Gemini has been Geminiing.
And that thing that he is doing, hey man, but one thing about us Geminis, we gonna tell it how it is. We gonna tell it, and you might not believe it, you might not understand it, but guaranteed we're gonna be upfront about it. And if you don't believe it, that's on you. But y'all better believe that man. What he's saying, he's doing. It's playing out. But old school saying is that you got to tear it down to rebuild.
To build it back up. So, hopefully we understand what's happening right before our eyes. And I just pray that y'all come together, that we come together, we understand that it takes all of us. It's not just an individual fight. It's not just an individual situation. It's on everybody, y'all. It's time. It's time out for the the separation and the gossiping and the picking and it's time out for all of that, y'all.
Not this.
We're not in competition with none of y'all. I don't care what you may feel in your heart and soul. We ain't in competition with another.
What it do, cuz?
We can never compete with nobody else because our goals are not the same. And it's like people still don't understand that shit. Your goals are never my goals. So how are we in competition? We not. You may have seen something I did and liked it and went to go do it for yourself. Okay, but that doesn't mean that we're competing. Or you may have seen a whip that I have and went and tried to get it.
Folk go to Seagraves Says on YouTube.
Competing. That just means, hey, you liked it too. You went and got it. Boom, boom, boom. But hey, keep pushing. It's time for togetherness and not all that separation. When Duke's name brought up, don't talk down. When Tutu's name is brought up, don't talk down. We don't talk down on y'all. We don't care. I speak life. I speak life to everybody. I don't care who it is. I don't care how y'all bring the drama to me to such and such said this about you. I'm still gonna say some positive words about that person before we get off the phone to let you know, no, you have no shit to go carry back. Okay, man. Y'all also have to pay attention to the person that wants to pack the bone. Ooh. Pay attention to that person that's packing the bone. The bone packer is the worst person in the situation because why do you feel so comfortable enough to want to pack this bone? No, that's not okay. I'm not fit. No, y'all be more positive with y'all life. Be more positive, be more outgoing. If y'all got time to gossip and be messy, you got time to go invest and start some shit up for your family because just about all of us got kids. Just about all of us got kids, whether the kids is grown or what. Just about all of us got kids. So if you got kids to come over and spend time with messy, then you got time to go over here and get some shit established for your family and yourself and your kids, your grandkids, your great-great-grands. But see, all of us don't think like that. All of us are thinking about the right now and I got this and he don't got that. Oh, he got this and I don't. No, y'all, we so futuristic ahead. It ain't even about the right now. It's about what are you leaving behind? Because life don't go on forever. What do you have to where you left it behind for your family not to struggle?
What can we do to bridge the gap? And it takes a community of us to bridge the gap. So I challenge everyone out there today. Let's start trying to bridge the gap.
Scoot over here a little bit. Where are you going chopping to the youth?
Oh, let's try to bridge the gap, you know what I'm saying? And get everything together. Let's be in unison. Let's create wealth together. Shoot, I got some land. You got some land. Shoot, let's put 10 or 20 in together. Let's put 5 in together. Let's put whatever we can, our nickels and dimes and quarters together until we turn them into bills that fold. And take those platforms or that blueprint and do it over and over again to where we have created our own financial stability. You know, when I was growing up, shoot, we had Uncle Suge over there. We had Uncle Suge with greens and beans and all of those things that he just gave it away, you know. And you know, we had kinfolk, Leroy Allen them, they had pigs and different cows, Aunt Casey them. And you know, it was sharecropping or everybody pitched in together and gave out. And we lived so good together. We got to get back to that. Like I said before, we're the new elders. What are we eldering of? We too old to be whispering. We too old to be backbiting, talking with a split tongue. That's not good. That's teenage stuff. We have teenagers. We have grandkids that some of us have grandkids that are almost teenagers. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be the new pillar of the community. We got to take our money and pool it together and create jobs for us, you know, because going to somebody else's job and you can't take time out for your family ain't the way. You give all your time to the job, and then when you get sick 2 or 3 days and your husband got to go to work, but you can't go to work because you sick, or the women can't go be with the kids on a special day because FMLA or your time ain't been approved. That's a crock of mess. You feel me? So we have to be business owners, you know. A lot of us have the capability, but we don't have the courage. Just get the courage. Get the courage to build on your dream and shoot for the stars. And if you don't land on the stars, you got that big old atmosphere out there, that Milky Way to land in, to keep swimming and keep pushing. So I challenge y'all today. Hey, Look at your neighbor. And I do literally mean your neighbor at your house, not because we're not in the pulpit at the church. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, hey, what can we do to build up the community? What can we do to make our community better? Because our community, as what we know, is no longer. They pushing us out. They elevating taxes so high to where you gotta sell your land. And if you do, you know it's not meant to just hold. Go ahead and let it go. But take those proceeds and build something better. Because you're not going to change it. You either get with the times or get left behind. That was a bar. That was a bar. And I ain't even no rapper. Because I am nothing like you rap niggas. Never forget that. You feel me? It's Big Boss walking in the house. You hear me? Big Boss walking in the house. You know what I'm saying? Because I am the boss of my life. Are you the boss of yours?
Okay.
Because that's what bossing is about. Boss walking. Being a boss of your life. Everybody is a boss walking. Being the boss of your life. No matter what nobody else say. Can't nobody tell me what this logo stands for or what this brand means. You know what I'm saying? You can hate me now, but I won't stop now. No Diddy.
Oh, this guy here, no dirter.
No Diddy, baby. No diggity, no doubt. You feel me? But I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. You know, we've been going for about 50 minutes, you know, and we're just trying to keep going and stay uplifted and be encouraged and be encouraging to the next person. And hey, man, each one teach one. That's the only way we can move forward in life and have some integrity. It's never too late to have some integrity. It's never too late to be disciplined. Not in just a disciplinary action, but discipline over your life and making the right choices.
I just recently celebrated 9 years of no meat. I just recently celebrated 9 years of no meat. I officially let meat go 9 years ago. Man, y'all, that is for me. Somebody who grew up on that hog, somebody that grew up on that cow, somebody that grew up on that chicken. You know what I'm talking about? Oh my goodness, 9 years. Whoa, for real? Like, I applaud you. Whoa, this thing started off like when I started doing this, y'all, it was just really, you know, I have family history of certain illnesses, diabetes and stuff like that. And so when I heard about that, I thought that it was hereditary. I always felt like it was something that was within your family. If one person has diabetes, oh, your whole bloodline got diabetes. So when I started doing my research and understanding that, no, that's not how it works. It more so is about what you put into your body. Then I kind of wanted to change up the way I thought. I wanted to change up the way that I moved. I wanted to change up the way that I felt. I wanted to change up the way that I ate and what I put in my body. So I started being accountable for what I put in my body. And I wasn't going to be an individual that said, oh, well, I'm going to die of something, so I might as well keep eating it. No, baby. I watched my mother go from cancer. That was me at one time. Thinks, oh, well, I'm going to die of something. Well, if I do die of something, y'all, I don't want it to be bad health. I'm just going to keep it real. If it's something that I can be accountable for, I am an accountable individual. So hold me accountable for everything I put in my mouth. Hold me accountable for the way it makes me feel. Hold me accountable for the overall damage that it's doing to my body. Hold me accountable for all that. So with that being said, y'all, I'm proud of me.
I'm going to hold you accountable for what you put in your mouth, baby. Definitely.
I guess I left myself open for that one, but yeah, but y'all understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not a vegan. No, I'm not a vegetarian. I am just me. I am just a meatarian, meaning that I eat what feels good to me. No, I don't eat meat anymore, but there is a lot that I do still indulge in that could probably still be let go. But hey, guys, I'm only human. I can only do so much, you know, and once I get to the level where I feel like I can let other things go, then that's what I'll do. But you slowly implementing things and slowly trying
being conscientious is the beginning.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Not only conscious, but again, accountable. Because I mean, you have to hold yourself accountable for what's going in your body. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hold yourself accountable for the way your piss smell. You gotta hold yourself accountable for
your boo-boo smell.
Your sit down when. You gotta hold yourself accountable for when you fart, what's coming out your body and how that shit smell. You gotta hold yourself accountable for all of these things, man. And it's like it's on me, right? So hey, you gotta hold yourself accountable. If your face is always broke out, or your back is always broke out, or your chest is always broke out, or you always got something going, that hold yourself accountable. Where's the accountability in the situation? So I'm accountable, y'all. That's why I was so proud of the way my skin looked. That's kind of why I went to how pretty my skin is and how I'm glowing, because I've let some things go, and I'm okay with saying that. Hey, I feel good. I feel good.
Hey, look, y'all take a good look.
I feel good all over.
My grandmama said, "Boy, you big." I say, Granny,
oh,
get
man,
a.
I love
I
that.
said, get a great look, because you ain't never gonna see nobody this big and beautiful again in your life. Oh, she damn near died.
That was so funny.
I am though, you know. I mean, I'm not stuck on myself, but I am embracing, or always have embraced who I am. I've always been on the chunkier side, if you will, to be politically correct. But I look good, I feel good, I smell good. I hold myself up to a good standard. Maybe not to your standard, but to my standard, I take care of myself. I don't want to have an early death, because we all going to die. But I just try to make sure, for me, as like my wife was saying, to take care of myself, make sure I'm trying to do the right thing so that I don't form sugar diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. You know, I try to make sure I eat in the right manner. We are juicing. I have become the juicer of the house, juicing watermelons every day, trying to keep us at least a case and a half of watermelon juice at our house, you know, and mixing it with different vegetables and turmeric and cinnamons and you name it. I'm dropping in there Celtic salt and all of this. And, you know, we're eating a lot of vegetables and, you know, just trying to live right, and also staying away from places like Chick-fil-A. We haven't ate, more so me and our daughter, we would eat Chick-fil-A about 2 times a week, maybe 3 times a week. We'll just pull up. But once we figured out that we were looking at 55 different ingredients in a chicken sandwich, and listening to Nuri Muhammad, peace be unto that brother, uh, man, we had to leave Chick-fil-A alone. We had to leave a lot of these drive-through windows alone, because they are killing us softly and slowly. So we had to pull back. So I've been about 3 to 4 months now without eating Chick-fil-A, and my body definitely feels better. But at first, it was having withdrawal symptoms because I wasn't eating. My body was wanting that drugs that they input in their ingredients. And if you do the same thing, you will tell. McDonald's, I pray and hope that ain't nobody out there still eating McDonald's like that. But I know it is. I challenge you to stop eating that mess. It don't even degrade. Your body don't even know how to digest that stuff. And you wonder why you have that inner tube, because I still got an inner tube around my midsection. I'm trying to get rid of it. But that's why, because our bodies do not know how to get rid of that fructose. They don't know how to get rid of those different words that you cannot pronounce that's on the ingredients.
Most ingredients is that are banned in other countries, but the U.S. still puts it in our food. Yeah.
But you know, y'all, we're just being conscientious. We're just trying to be informative, crack a joke, motivate,
brighten a day,
inspire,
come brighten your day,
and give you some commentary about something other than what P. Diddy doing, or Meg the Stallion doing, or what Wim Wham them doing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got time for that, because either way that happens, it don't pay us. And it is not informational for us. They always giving us something to be a distraction. Stop being distracted. The same way we teach our kids to don't be distracted while they're at school or in other places, us grown folks got to stop being distracted. Us grown folks got to be focused and moving forward with the times, you know, helping each other learn this Bitcoin, learn this AI, learn these blockchains, and teaching each other these new ways instead of downing each other. Can we just uplift one another? Can we just build each other up? And I ain't gonna even be like Rodney King back in '94 or '90, between '92 and '94. Can we all get along? Because we're never all going to get along. Hey, that's not going to happen. But we must find our tribe and get with our tribe and build that village up, that kingdom up. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we need. We don't need to be trying to pull nobody up that don't want to be pulled up. That's not our job anymore. Our job is to understand where we're going, what we're doing, and meet those people that are having those same ambitions to move forward in life and move forward. That's
right.
how you move forward.
That right.
If KKK doing it all day, every day. The neo-Nazis doing it all day, every day.
It's a lot of other races.
It's other races are sticking together.
They pull together. They spend money in their own communities. I mean, it's all of the above. They teach.
We have to do it.
It's just us as a people that don't do it. You know
So
what I'm saying?
if you're listening and you come through by our station, Seagraves Says, if you think we're like-minded, reach out, drop a line. We here for it. We open-minded, because the caterpillar has to go into its cocoon and turn into the butterfly to move with their tribe. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't, you smell me now. Okay? This is what we do.
Okay. Y'all, I don't know. Every time I smile, I love myself, y'all. I love all of me. And every time I smile, I love my smile. I love me. I love my face. I love my teeth. I don't need veneers. I don't need cover-ups. I don't need a new nose. I don't need injections in my lips. I don't need anything to define my face. I don't need any of it. You don't need no weed. I don't have to wake up every day and draw my eyebrows on to feel like, oh my God, I'm perfect, or oh my God, this is beautiful. I love all of me, and I don't care who don't. I don't need your breast implants. I don't need your fake hips. I don't need your fake booty. I don't need your cosmetic surgery. I don't need your lipo. I don't need your nip and tuck. I don't need any of that to feel beautiful. And I don't care who says what, who tries to deny it, who tries to downplay it, who tries to whatever. I wake up genuinely who God made me to be, who He put me on this earth to withstand, confident in that, loving that, pure to that. I'm nurturing it. I'm growing it. No, I don't.
They killing them. BBLs is killing them people,
and I ain't
man.
never in my life had no, just Coke bottle figure, but I've had plenty of cash to go pay for it if I wanted it. No, it wouldn't have been on the credit care. I wouldn't owe for my booty. I wouldn't owe for my titties flat out paying, dropping out. No, I'm confident in me.
That.
Like
a lot of men don't even want that though.
Hey, anyway, I didn't get on here to downplay nobody. I just love
That's
me.
Not, wait a minute, hold on.
I just love me. No, I'm just saying, because people's perception. So don't perceive that I'm speaking down to anybody. No. Don't perceive that I'm knocking anybody. Just understand that I'm saying that I love me.
But see, one thing,
I love me.
And this is me talking. My wife talking. Y'all see that we have our own personalities. You can never be downplaying what God gave you. If a person went out and bought that ain't what God gave you. That's not natural. That's why it's killing so many people. That's why so many people are having so many different complications over these things, because it's not natural. You see what I'm saying? They still go get those injections, those modifications to your body, and your mental capacity is still messed up. You see what I'm saying? So no, you're not down talking. You're talking what God loves. You're supposed to say those things, And if they feel bad about their operations and stuff, that's some internal looking and soul searching. You don't have to be apologetic for telling the truth, because somebody got to stand up and tell the truth. See, I'm bold enough to say that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that my wife is not bold. Like I said, I speak for me. I don't speak for Tutu, Takara, Mrs. Seagraves. If you got a problem with what I'm saying, come see me. Don't come see my wife. No, come see me. Come see Big Boss Walker, not Boss Walker. Come see Duke. Come see Keely. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the truth. Somebody got to stand up and speak the truth, because right now it's a lot of naysayers, it's a lot of waivers, it's a lot of people that are pacifying this bull jive. I ain't gonna pacify this bull jive, and it's wrong, and you want somebody to accept that wrongness. No, I'm not here to accept wrongness. I'm here to speak the truth. That's what God told me to do. Be bold in what you speak for me. So I'm gonna be bold in what I speak for Him. No longer will I shy away or try to mismanage what has been predestined for me. I'm going to spit that real. If you don't like it, switch channels, keep scrolling, Keep moving. But if you like what I'm saying, like it,
share,
love it, share, subscribe. Tell me I'm doing a decent job. You ain't even got to say I'm doing a good job. Say I'm doing a decent job, man. You getting there, dog. I appreciate it. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? You getting there, my brother. You feel me? But during it, understand that the truth, man, it's all about the truth. Because people are waxing worse and worse. You know what I'm saying? Y'all feel me? People are too involved in things that they should not be involved in. Because I was once that person. You know, I was once that person. You know, and it took a long time with this social media stuff. And I can honestly say, for the past 8 years or so, I was deeply involved, cutting up on there and saying some things, you know, because it is for shits and giggles, a lot of it. But a lot of times people portray that as shits and giggles, and that's their opportunity to get it out in a way that they can't express it and feel comfortable. It's almost like alcohol. It's almost like a drug. You know what I'm saying? The social media thing is, because it gives people the opportunity to have courage that they wouldn't have courage if they was in a normal setting. They sitting behind these fake pages. They sitting behind, and some of them with their real names. And it's not cool, you know? So I'm cool with being the less likely person that you want to listen to. You understand? But stop me when I start lying. You know what I'm saying? For real. Stop me when I start lying. And I pray to that. Because you can't hardly stop me because I don't do a lot of lying. Because when I was coming up, you got killed for lying. Because if you lie, you'll steal. If you steal, you'll kill. And that's why my relationship is so good with my wife. Because I don't be lying. I'd rather bring her with me. I'd rather take her everywhere I go. Because I might get into some stuff and she's able to say, hey, hold on. You know better. Stop that. Don't do that. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference between me and a lot of other male individuals out there. I don't feel like my wife is less than I. I don't feel like I'm greater than her. I feel like we are right now, we're side by side in this walk of life. And sometimes I have to pull back and let her take the lead and push up a little far. See, she take the lead. Because, see, my woman can do things I can't do. I can do things that she can't do. But when we do it together and we focus and we locked in, we done had the world.
Ain't that it? I appreciate I appreciate just, I have a strong personality, and I know that I've always had a strong personality, and I've found myself a lot watering myself down in order to be around certain individuals. I had to water myself down. I love the fact that with my husband, I never have to water myself down. I'm not too much for him. Like, and it's hard because I've always been too much for people. Like, I've literally, my personality has just been too much. You know what I'm saying? So to be around somebody who allows me to, and when I say allow, I don't mean like, oh, I need his permission. I mean more so that I don't intimidate him with who I am and my personality and my strong presence. It's not intimidating to him. And so meeting him and, you know, just being with him and living this life with him, it's been refreshing, because this is the first relationship I've been in where a person didn't try to water me down to what they needed me to be or who they thought I wanted to, or who they thought I was. I'm just me, like, and it feels good.
Damn good. So, you know, we've been on about 1 hour and 7 minutes. You know, we ain't going to take up much of y'all time, but we're going to try to keep dropping that knowledge, keep us uplifted. Hey, man, you know, DM it, put it on our page. Let us know how we're doing. We would appreciate that. And we need constructive criticism. You know, we all do. And we are ones that know how to accept constructive criticism. Okay? We love y'all. You know, keep praying. We need that to be in the house. Peace together. Love.